So for those of you wondering what little upgrades are we going to see with the Apple Watch this year, Gurman does spill the beans, and so let's delve into it. So yeah guys, I can't lie, it kinda already feels like the Apple Watch has peaked as a product, and Gurman's new report does corroborate with that. So Gurman tells us the Apple Watch Series 8 is going to be using the S8 chip, though this is going to be a simple rebrand and is essentially going to be on par with the S6 and the S7 chip in terms of the performance. Now in case you're wondering, Apple has been doing a TikTok cycle with their chips in the Apple Watches. For example, the S4 was a major upgrade over the S3 chip, but the S5 that came after it was basically the same. Then of course we got the S6 chip, that was on par with the A13 chip, and was a massive performance boost, but then the S7 that follows suit was exactly the same. So many of us were expecting the S8 chip to be a major upgrade and follow the TikTok cycle, but this report does suggest Apple's breaking that cycle with this series. And to be honest, I can't blame them for not giving us a performance boost because the performance feels fine on the Apple Watch. For example, the Series 4 that came out in 2018 is still plenty fast for most consumers, and I've never once complained about the performance on my Series 6, so yeah, I really cannot blame Apple for not giving us a faster chip in the Series 8. But now that's gonna make the Series 8 a very hard buy, because the chip was supposed to be the big upgrade with this year's watch, but without that, this is gonna be identical to the Series 7. In fact, Apple's so desperate for a new feature that they're hardware limiting low power modes for the Series 8, even though old Apple Watches could easily support that. And yeah, Apple did a similar thing with the keyboard on the Series 7 because that could have easily worked with 44 and 42mm Apple Watches if it was fine on a 41mm Series 7, but of course, to upsell consumers, they kept it as a hardware exclusive for the new models. And so yeah, from now on, I do think software exclusive features on the newer models is going to be the norm for these new Apple Watches that largely stay the same. And yeah, really the only somewhat exciting news we've heard about is a body temperature sensor within the Apple Watch, but A, that could be pushed back, and also B, that could be restricted to females for fertility planning. Now I'm sure that's going to be great for the target demographic, but it not being available to everyone does kind of suck, and really that's the only somewhat exciting news we've heard about the Series 8. There's also been murmurs we could see a new design with this watch, and I guess that could start to make sense with the lack of upgrades, but I also kind of find that hard to believe because number one, the Series 7 rumors were completely off, but also Apple does have a 3-year cycle with the designs, and so the Series 7 being the beginning of a new cycle does mean the Series 8 and also the Series 9 should have the same design. In fact, all these rumors regarding a flat-edged Apple Watch could actually be the Apple Watch Explorer Edition that Gurman still believes could release alongside the Series 8. Now this actually could be a major upgrade because number one, we could see a bigger screen on it, obviously that new design, it's going to also be more durable I'm sure, and it should also work better with the watchOS enhancements to workouts. For example, multi-sport workouts where the watch automatically moves between tracking swimming, biking and running, and also of course it gives you way more metrics about your workouts, and so all of this seems perfect for the new rugged watch. The only thing I'm worried about is the pricing because I'm sure this is going to be more expensive than a regular Series 8, and so this possibly starting at $499 could be very hard to justify. And finally, Gurman tells us another disappointing tidbit, and that's regarding the SE2, because I was actually under the assumption that much like the original version Apple was going to give us, the Series 7 design and chip, but remove the health sensors and the always-on display. However, that's not going to be the case. Instead, this is going to have the same design, but with a new S8 chip inside. So yeah, basically the bare minimum and exactly what they did with the iPhone SE3 refresh, and this does kind of suck because it seems the whole purpose of this watch is to bring down the SE1 to $199 and finally get rid of the Series 3, which by the way, I'm still surprised Apple sells. That is officially no longer supported, and so why do they still sell that? Anyways, with the SE2 refresh being so minor, why would someone buy the SE2 over the SE1? Because as I said, older Apple Watch chips are completely fine, and so the SE at $199 is really the perfect watch for many consumers, and many don't need to upgrade to the SE2 or the Series 8. I'm just hoping we see new colours with the Series 8 and the SE2 because that could somewhat justify the lack of upgrades, but either way, this does sound like a pretty lackluster refresh. Anyways, it's time to delve into what you guys think regarding this report. So Promo says, Series 7 received a different display, I don't see them changing it. They could add a rugged model, but they think the Series 7 design is staying, and yes, I completely agree with this. I don't see Apple shifting the design so soon after the Series 7 refresh, especially since that was a redesign, and I can't remember the last time Apple gave a product 2 major redesigns in a short span of time, so I do think Apple's going to keep the Series 8 as is. But yes, the rugged watch, that could be the one getting the flat design since that does work with the rugged aesthetic. Sweeler Max says, I'm pretty sure sales have been declining, so they think the Apple Watch line needs to be freshened up with a new flat edge Pro model and also updates to the rounder watches and ultimately giving us more choices. And yeah, I think that's why we're getting the rugged watch. For those who care about the sports/fitness side of the Apple Watch, this is going to be perfect because you're going to have a bigger display on the front, it's going to be more durable and made for outdoor activities, and so I could see those consumers upgrading to that watch. As for the regular model, I'm hoping Apple can give us body temperature sensors or some sort of innovative health sensor pretty soon because right now things are pretty stale. I have not seen you in a while, Father says, if the battery for the rugged watch does not last 24 hours at the minimum, then I doubt any dedicated athletes would get it. Although it might be the most advanced smartwatch, with accurate heart rate monitoring, it means nothing with the Garmin and the accessories that you get with it. I have high hopes for the watch. So yeah, actually this is a fair point that I did not consider because athletes do need long battery life, and I guess that's why this watch could be a lot bigger because we've heard about a 48mm size. I'm sure that could help Apple give us a much bigger battery inside, and also maybe the thicker chassis because of the flat design could also allow for a bigger battery inside. Although I'm completely with you that Apple does need to give us actual battery upgrades with the watch, and in fact, that's one thing they have yet to address. The Apple Watch's battery life has stayed the same for a very long time, and Apple simply improves the charging speeds, but I do hope that we could see longer lasting watches in the future, and this rugged watch could be the beginning of that. Anyways, that's about it guys, but tell me your thoughts on these updates coming to new Apple Watches. Anyways, thank you for watching guys, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours. Check out the link above on details regarding the iPhone 14 series, and on that note I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya peeps.